Hello everybody. These are dog crack. This is a bully stick or beef pizzle. It's actually a beef penis is what it is, and they dry them out, and dogs love them. I've got a nice little Doberman beside me who's very elderly, who wants to help, who is drooling. This is another kind of sort of the similar thing. The problem, well, this one is just pressed material. And the problem with these is that dogs finish them really, really quickly. I've seen dogs go through one of these in about 30 minutes. Probably there are dogs out there who will go faster. So the problem we have with them is we want to make sure that they last a long time. And the problem with that is that as they are, the dog is just going to eat them and be done. So what we're going to do is we are going to start out by adding a cork to one end. And what I'm going to use is something like this. Actually, I'm going to try one of these balls here and see how that is. If that might be even tighter. You want to make it sort of fairly tight if you can. And we've got a bunch of toys here that are going to protect this from being all chewed up immediately. Now, I got the meat byproduct pressed items for the puppy. And so we're just making the puppy's one first, and then we're going to make one for Loki as well. And what I'm doing, you're going to notice there are a lot of toys out there now that have holes in them. And so I'm basically just threading them like beads on a string. We got a whole bunch of these from the dollar store today. They were a great find because they've got a hole all the way along them, and then we can fit these all in. And what you're going to see is, initially, when I put this all together, they've got quite a long amount out of each end. The dog is going to eat those really quickly, and that's the intent. Okay, so we're just going to put it like this. Now, in order to make sure that the dog wants to eat it, we want to make sure that not only do they eat it down to the ends like this, but also that they chew all the way along. And that's what this stuff is for. So we've got some Kong filling. You know, stick it in there. It's just basically squeezed cheese. If you're in the States and Canada, we don't have squeezed cheese. But we do have Kong filling. I'm going to stick some filling in here. I'm going to stick some filling in here. I'm going to stick filling in here. And then what I'm going to do is, to make it super exciting, I'm going to take a dog biscuit and I'm going to throw it in here. Well, that dog biscuit broke. And when I put things in like this, what happens is the dog is chewing not just the beef pizzle, but they're also chewing all of the things that I stuffed in here. So I can do things like, I'm going to put kibble in here. I'm going to top that off with liver pieces in here. Okay, I think I'm going to put another cookie in here. And then what I'll do is I'm going to top that off with more squeezed cheese. If you can't get squeezed cheese, peanut butter, Cheese Whiz, anything like that, any soft processed cheese product, I have put cheese cubes in. I'm going to add a little more here. And what we want to do is we want to make this super enticing to the dog. So I'm going to do the next one. This is kind of my new favorite stuffable toy because the hole in it is larger than the hole in a Kong. And it's got all these fins around it. So what I'm able to do is I'm able to take dog food and mash it in like this. And so this becomes a super high value treat for a dog. The pressed meat one is not going to last as long as a beef pizzle, but this beef pizzle cost us, I think, $24 at one of the big box pet stores. So it's not going to last long if we just let the dog have at. You can get these in a larger size as well. I probably should have gotten a larger size for Loki because he's a big dog. And we are going to, they're rubber, so they're very easy to get on like that, but they're difficult enough that the dog is going to have a hard time getting through it. And what I love about this particular one is that it's got a big enough piece that it's going to be a challenge for Loki to actually pull the balls off of it. Now, as with any edible, you have to watch what's going on with your dog. Don't just allow him to take off with this and hide it. Okay, this is for supervised play. These balls are not the right size for an adult Doberman to play with. So as soon as it looks like they're starting to get the balls off, you just take that ball away. They'll eat down to the next ball and they're going to be good to go. Oh, it's very hard being the Doberman who is now asking very politely if he can please have his toy right now. And what we're going to do with this toy is we're going to actually allow him and the puppy to be in the same room, separated by an X pen, and they'll get to chew together, because chewing together is a cooperative behavior. It's not cooperative as in we need to get each other's help to do it. You can see with the larger toy, I can stuff larger pieces in. One of the things we discovered today is an apple fits very nicely in the West Paw thing. I'm going to stick pieces in there. I'm going to add liver in the fins here. We're just making this as enticing as possible, and then we're going to give it to the dogs. I have one like this at home that I made for Hawkeye. It's been going for about 5.5 weeks now. Interestingly, the first joint that he ended up going through was right in here after he chewed these down to the ends. You're pretty much unlimited to how many toys you can put along. Just choose ones that are going to work well for your dog. Choose ones that are going to cover up the attractive part. And we're almost done, Mr. Loki, so that you can have your special treat. I'm going to give Loki the beef pizzle. It will last longer than the pressed meat one. But first we got to decorate it with some cheese. I like to choose rubber toys that will go well in the dishwasher. We'll add some more. Oh, we'll give some dog food to this. Decorating cakes for dogs. Poor Loki's gone into the living room. He's disgusted now. We are not giving him his due as quickly as he'd like. And let's get some in here. And then you can refill all these fins later on. You don't just fill them once. You fill them as often as you need to fill them to keep the dog engaged. And that can be a lot. You can also take them off if you need to for cleaning and then put them back on again. Just don't let the dog have access to the beef pizzle without your supervision. If I wanted to, I could actually soak the ends of the beef pizzle. It'll go soft. I could tie them off around the items, and then it would make it harder for the dog to get. All right, Loki, are you ready? Sit. Oh, you've got a great toy. There you go. Take it. Good boy. He can't believe his eyes.